Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is the June love reading for the sign of Cancer. We just got done with Gemini, so now we're going to jump right into Cancer. For all my lovely Cancers, shout out to Monique, who's one of my lovely subscribers, who I love her comments. She's always very inspirational. She gives me a lot of things, a lot of food for thought. And I may do a video sometime soon on the connection between the Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, and the Tarot, which is really more what the Tarot is aligned with. The whole astrological approach to the Tarot is a 20th century convention, and we use it kind of, a lot of people have added those astrological attributes to the various cards. They're not traditionally inherent in the Tarot. It's much more aligned with the Tree of Life. So I might do a video on that coming soon, but for now, we'll look at the love for Cancer, June. And see how you're feeling this month in your relationships. We're going to pull two cards. If you're in a relationship, you have love, you want to hold on to love, you want to get new love, right? Maybe some of you are ready to get out of a relationship, right? So love readings are all about all various harmonies of love, right? It could be anything. Oh, honeymoon popped out. That was the card. Did that just come out? Oh, and express your love just popped out. Flipped over. So those are your two cards. At the bottom, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, right? That's at the bottom. And we have, here we go, honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together and express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So it's time to express your love. Time to maybe express your love while you guys are going on a trip. Honeymoon doesn't have to be only, you know, after a marriage. It's just like that phase, that honeymoon phase. You know, you guys go off on a trip. Maybe you go to the beach for the first time this summer or something like that, right? Or you just go away. It's important to take time for your relationships, right? Because you got to treat the relationship almost like its own entity, right? You can't just, you know, sometimes people forget to feed the actual relationship that you have with somebody by taking time to go on dates and do fun things and stuff and do things that better the relationship between each other. Not always kind of like doing things just for each other, but things that help you to bond, right? Things that you both enjoy and get you closer. So, Cancer for June. What's your love outlook for June? For those who have love, want to keep love, want to find love, are ready to be on their own and release themselves. Give me a nice clear reading for those of you. Ooh, Page of Cups popped out. Those of you tuning in. So Page of Cups just came out. So offer love is definitely coming in. Express your love. It's all about expressing your love in a very small gesture, you know. It's not quite the Knight of Cups, but it's enough. It could be a text or something sweet, a gift, a little gift, you know, a little flower that, you know, someone's giving you, or you may be giving to someone, Cancer, because you guys are lovely gift givers. It could be that you're giving this to someone else. You're coming forward, right? You're expressing your love. You're going to do it a little bit at a time, right? Especially if that card popped out, it's an important energy to pay attention to. So, show me the outlook for Cancer for June. We've already got the Page of Cups out. So, what's going on for love life in June? For our lovely Cancers, water sign. June 2019. Show me. Oh, I'm not taking that. Too many flipped over. Show me. A lot of energies. Cards are all over, right? A lot of emotions. Let's see. All right. I'm curious, Cancer. What is this going to be all about, right? All right, here we go. 5 of Pentacles. 8. Strength card. Ooh, 6. The Lover's card. Beautiful. Queen of Pentacles. 12. The Hanged Man. 7 of Swords. Ace of Cups. 8 of Wands. And King of Wands. Wow. At the bottom of the deck, you have 8 of Cups, right? 8. So, 8s talk about, you know, again, limits and boundaries, limitations, right? You have a couple of 8s, actually. Oh, you have a lot of 8s. So, when you have a multitude of 8s in a reading, it talks about you dealing with a lot of issues to do with boundaries, limitations, seeing how strong you are. How strong are you? What are your own limitations? What are your limitations in relationships? 8 of Cups talks about leaving, right? It talks about setting boundaries between yourself and relationships that no longer serve you, right? Being committed to a higher level in your relationships, right? Leaving an emotional situation behind with confidence, because you know, it just doesn't, these emotions, you realize you don't need them, right? So you're setting boundaries for yourself for what you will deal with, right? So 8 is all about boundaries and testing your own limitations. And you have multiple 8s. You have 8 of Cups, you have 8 in the major arcana, and you have 8 of Wands here. So let's go through it. 5 of Discs definitely talks about being isolated, right? 5 of Discs can talk about feeling abandoned. You know, fives are the numbers. I'm trying to incorporate a little bit more of the numerology that's inherent in the tarot readings to give you guys a little bit more insight. So fives represent power struggles, right? Control. Struggle over control, struggle over power. It can represent strife, also commitment. 5s are when you have such a strong commitment to something that it becomes an addiction, right? So it's all about control, and control within yourself and from the outside. So 5 of coins is definitely like having lost the struggle, right? You've been ousted, you've been abandoned, right? But there's still the light there, and the light shows you that there's still an opening to come back, but it's up to the 2 characters. They're really looking quite destitute though, right? Let me make sure my camera is, there you go. All right, so yeah, you're feeling a lot of strife with that, on your material level, just alienation, abandonment. It could be abandonment from a group or job or project or a group of friends. It's on a very real level, and then there you go. You come right from that feeling into the 8, which is your strength card. And 8 talks about, again, knowing your inner strengths. What are your limitations? How strong are you really? What will you put up with and what won't you put up with, right? It's knowing as well, she kind of like is in a way taming the lion. So it's also understanding when you need to give in, when you need to say, you've had enough, right? When you need to say that, when you need to pull back your emotions and realize that perhaps, it's best to take the high road, or, you realize you've done as much as you can do. Realizing your own limitations and strengths is this card. It's the Leo card. It's very passionate, and that's very strong here for you this month. And I think especially with Express Your Love and Honeymoon, I think that's what's coming out. It might be something that you guys want to be talking about. You may be going on a trip with your loved one and talking to them about it. Here you have the 6, Lover's card, right? Beautiful. 6s are journeys. Journey to harmony specifically. But inherent in that journey is the first stage, which is departure. And knowing that a journey has begun, and then finally being on that journey and working towards harmony, right? and manifesting that harmony. And lovers, that's what lovers is really about. It's deeper than just a new love relationship. It's about two people deciding to go on a journey together, you know. And so it's deeper than just like, oh, I like somebody, I like you, I got a new relationship. You've both committed to going on a journey, which means you've both committed to growing with each other through through hard times, difficult times, and all of that. It's a level of commitment. It doesn't necessarily always mean marriage. It can, of course, mean marriage, but it's more just that commitment to go on a journey together, or that agreement, right? Or that feeling, that desire to go on a journey together, that feeling that if you guys go together, you'll be the better for it, right? Because you guys can grow from each other. And of course, it comes out of a deep, abiding love. So yeah, you're feeling really loved up, though, even though you've come out of this kind of tricky period here, which I believe probably had to do with work or, your social life, maybe one of your social groups, but you're feeling quite good. I think you're feeling definitely like you're being tested, but you're, like I said, your limits are being tested, how strong you are. I think you're going to realize you're very strong. Queen of Pentacles comes out. So she's definitely my blood, sweat, and tears card, the woman who worked her way up from the barren land to have a very lush land and to have all of this abundance around her. It's the gardener, the person who knows how to put the work into the garden every single day and make it grow, right? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to grow a garden. You have to tend to it every day, and you can see that the way she lovingly looks at that pentacle, right? The caring, right? The nurturing. She nurtures her abundance, right? By putting a lot of effort into it. And I think that as well, you feel like that right now. You feel really on like a kind of, like you're nurturing your career. Whatever your career you're deciding to do right now, you feel very almost like protective of it, like a mother. Like you feel like you're finding your path, or you're finding your career, or if you've already found it right now, you're in this kind of like, you really protect it, you nurture it, you feel good about it, you feel one with it. It's different than just a job. It's like a path, and right? But you feel kind of like like I said, protective and nurturing. You want it to be the best. You're always on point with it. And it's taking up a lot of your attention. And I think you're realizing that perhaps this was coming out of working with people. You're starting to realize your limitations maybe with working with people, right? It could be that this has opened up your eyes, right, to how better you can work. And you're realizing now that you need to concentrate on things on your own, in your own way. People aren't always going to be able to go wherever you go, and sometimes they will turn on you and almost oust you and make you feel this, make you feel abandoned, when in essence you never needed them in the first place. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of that thing. And coming through the Strength card, I think you're going to come to that realization. With the Lovers there, you definitely have support. You have support of a very close person, someone you're in love with. There's a close bond with somebody who's there, who's really supporting you if you're not already with them. But I feel like you're already with them because you have the Honeymoon card and express your love. So this is a person you're already in a relationship with. And I feel like you're definitely, perhaps you both have decided as a result, you could be in a relationship with somebody, and then as a result of this, what happened with this group, you both decided to kind of like move. You kind of move on with your lives. Like, okay, well, that didn't work out. Let's go do this. And you both were together, so you're both were ready to move on. At the center of the deck, you have the Hanged Man, which is 12 or 2, right? So the Hanged Man is the evolution of the High Priestess as far as the numerology and the line and the connection go, because the first 2 is the High Priestess. She's the most powerful 2 card, and in terms of balancing, right, she balances the inner and the outer. She's very in touch with her intuitive side and her emotions and her feelings and her expressive side. She can communicate that. But she's loath to give the information out. The High Priestess kind of sits there very demure, you know, you have to ask for her help. She's not willing to always just give it to you, right? And that's the thing with twos. The number two also denotes it's the twos are about balance, but they're also about patience, and they're about dealing with extremes. So in the extreme, the high priestess can really kind of sit there and not bother with you unless you ask for help. The hanged man sits there and doesn't bother to do anything until he has some reason for it, until he feels like it, right? Whereas the high priestess won't really get involved until you ask for her care or until you ask her to care. The hanged man doesn't change until he finds something to care about, right? He's been kind of in a position for so long, he doesn't kind of really care that much about it. He doesn't have the passion there, and he's really ready to hang there until something comes along. But he has to remember, he can't just wait for something to come along. He has to make his own fortune and turn himself around. And it's about balance. It's about not, it's when patience and waiting turns into years, right? This is a card when, since twos are about patience, right, as well. And balancing. It can be like when those people who like kind of, oh, I'll just wait, I'll take my time. I'm going to do it like this and like that. And they never, ever get it done. We all know those people. I think we've all been those people at some point in our lives. We weren't born go-getters. I mean, maybe some of you were, some of you are high functioning, overachieving, but I think we've all kind of, found ourselves in a rut before, right? And hanged man energy definitely talks about that, like just being kind of like used to what you've been doing, and so therefore you're real stuck. You got to get out of that and get yourself rebalanced. Certainly get yourself rebalanced, right? Seven of Swords talks about real deceptive energy. So somebody's been real quick to take ideas, to take things from other people. There's been some kind of like really underhanded, like almost thievery in a way, like I feel like, somebody taking someone's ideas or backstabbing them for their jobs, or you know what I mean? I just feel like this is kind of sabotage. This is kind of the card of sabotage. It's seven. Sevens is about pleasure. And, after a period of sixes where we've been journeying, right? The sixes is journeying to harmony. We've had a lot of harmony. Then we come to sevens, and in sevens our desires start to peak up again. And our inspiration, our dreams start to pick up again, our longings. Oh, what would I like to do? Because you've been in a period of stasis and harmony after the six. So sometimes that longing can move some people to just plain old steal what they want instead of work for it. Do you know what I mean? Those people were just like so obsessive about what they want that they're willing to screw somebody else over. This energy is here around you this month. It's interesting. This is a love reading, but this is talking a lot about your relationships with people around you and yourself this month. Yet the lovers card is there. So whoever your person is right patiently there with you, supporting, I think, around you this whole time with you. Very much in the forefront because they're up here on the top. So they're definitely there. They're not like away. They're there with you. Ace of Cups, there's an outpouring of love. This could be new. Again, Ace of Cups could be a new outpouring of love, a new opportunity at a very emotional exchange. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, right? This can be just a new opportunity for sharing a lot of love. This could be working with children. This could be family. This could be a new opportunity with family who you haven't seen in a long time, and you get together and there's this new opportunity for love. All of the aces have hands that reach out of the sky, right? So that denotes the divine. The aces are about the divine giving you an opportunity. So the Ace of Cups isn't always just about an opportunity for a love relationship. It's an opportunity for whichever kind of relationship that's going to be very loving, and an outpouring of loving, an outpouring of giving and receiving love. and certainly giving love. The cup is certainly giving love. It's filling you up, right? So that could be a friendship as well. That could be meeting a mother, you know. Say you were adopted. You've met your mother now for the first time. This could be any kind of like deep love. And peaceful. See, the dove there denotes peace. So it brings with it peace, right? Not turmoil. So that's coming in. That's going to be something that's coming in for you this month. And there's going to be a lot of decisions to make, a lot of options, a lot of ideas as well. You're going to feel extremely creative. This is the card of when you're hyper creative and you get tons of ideas. You don't know which one to go with, right? And you need a moment to distinguish what's a decent idea, what's a good, you know what I mean? This is the card of a lot of options also coming into you, questions, you know. But I think in this instance, you're feeling very creative. I think as a result of coming through some of these work problems and realizing how to nurture your career, now once you've kind of gotten out of being stuck, you've realized you need to do your own thing, right? A little bit more, nurture it in your own way, right? That energy's moved you along to the hanged man and got you to rattle him around and move him out of his stuck energy, which you've been dealing with, which is making you get up and go. I believe you've also then been able to open your eyes to some of the bullshit that's been going on around you, right? And then the love has been coming in, and now you're just excited. You have all these ideas. You're ready to move forward, right? But it can be overwhelming, and this King of Wands is here, right, to let you know, hey, somebody's going to be here. A mentor. I think this is a mentor who's there to help you with this. They're going to help you sift through all of the ideas, how to go forward. But this is somebody you very much respect. You respect them. You know them. They've proven themselves, right? This is either a colleague or family member who's going to come in and help you sort through some of this. And I don't believe it's your loved one. I think your person. I believe it's somebody else. Someone who has expertise in some kind of way, shape, or form in your career or passion or what it is you want to do, right? Your plans, your vision, and they're going to help you sift through some of that. And all of this is part of your love reading, because right now I think this is more, in order for you to have a fulfilling love relationship, this all needs to be dealt with because it's so forefront in your mind. And also, I think part of this time when you're going through some of this, right, take some time off with your person. Honeymoon, express your love, even if it's a couple days, to help you sift through some of these energies, right? Because this is a month reading, so it's energies that are going to be going throughout the month. So there'll be time for you to go away and meditate with your loved one, right? You can go away. This also, you may go to a place where there's a garden, another state, another city, someplace where there's a cabin or something. You guys are out in nature. You guys are going to be together. You know, you can do that as well. And that's going to help you get through some of this meditative period through here, right? Where you're dealing with your hanged man energy. It might give you that inspiration, because here you have mad creative ideas underneath the hanged man. So that's energy that's pushing through from your subconscious, right? From your deep side, right? So give us a clarity on this beautiful reading for Cancers this month. They're dealing with a lot, especially in their career and what they want to do. Too many. But I see a trip. I see a little mini vacation out to the woods or someplace. You know, somebody's beautiful. You know, maybe the bayou or the mountains, the forests, the oceans. Maybe you go to the beach or something like that. I see that as well. Would be very good. Would help you, you know, sift through some of this and work on this Lovers here, because at the very top is Lovers and Strength. These are two major arcana cards, so they weigh very heavily, you know, very heavily on the reading for the month. And I feel like I say this is definitely for those Cancers who are in a relationship right now. Or if you're not in a relationship right now, right, and you're dealing with all of this, but you're not in a relationship, you want to be, and it's really forefront in your mind that you want to move forward with somebody. right? If you're not already yoked with somebody, that's part of, again, it can, part of dealing with this is so that you're ready to move forward with somebody. If you're already with somebody, they're going to support you through this, and you're going to move forward together to a better place, a more evolved place, maybe a higher level, you know what I mean, a higher kind of frequency relationship. So it's equally for, it can equally be for those who are involved or not involved. Because right now it's all about you kind of getting yourself together and ready. You're feeling so creative. It's like you really can't think about anything else. Give us a clarity on this for Cancers, please. I don't want this to run too long. Cancer. Here we go. Magician out of control. That was just here for Gemini. And Ruin. That card I saw wanted to come out. Interesting. The Sun. Beautiful. And Two of Wands. Princess of Cups. Princess of Cups is the same as the Page of Cups. And the Hermit at the bottom of the deck is the Prince of Cups. So definitely movement in love. You guys are having a lot of movement in love. Like I said, you guys are moving around. Somebody's coming to you, having dates. They want to talk to you. The Prince of Cups comes in, you know. He's not always the most committed one, but he comes in. He definitely lets you know that he cares. He wants to do something. He wants to go on a date or something, or go someplace and, you know, have some quality time with you, right? He's in motion. He's loving motion. So he's like, he wants you guys to be moving in the love relationship, right? So up here, it's interesting. Coming out of this Five of Wands, you have the Magician out of control, right? Magician out of control, coming out of that abandoned feeling into strength. So that's what it is. You don't want to be out of control. This came out for Gemini as well. Cancer, you don't want to be out of control as a result of your hurt feelings from this, right? So if you don't employ this Leo energy, this kind of magician, the Thoth deck has 3 magicians. The out of control one is where you'll be. You'll be out of control with your feelings. You will be not be able to manifest what you want. You feel like a puppet, you know, like your strings are being pulled all the time. You're just reacting. So this dealing with your, you know, this strength card, you know, going in and being honest with yourself about your limitations as well as your strengths. Your limitations and how much you're willing to accept can also help you deal with this kind of feeling of abandonment here with the Five of Pentacles. And then you have the Ruin card as well between the Lovers, the Strength and the Lovers card. So, you know, Ruin talks about having given up previous ways. I mean, don't be worried about this card. This card is a good card. It's a completion. 10 is completion. It's completion, and it's the same in the other Rider-Waite deck of that. It's the body with all the swords in it. Right? It's the death of the old you for the new you. And of course, because you're coming through a strength period, you're realizing how strong you really are, Cancer, and it's changing you. Right? And you're not the same, you know, your old ego has to die and be born anew, stronger and wiser and better, because your old kind of viewpoint of yourself no longer applies. The Sun, you're definitely going to get some affirmations coming in. The Sun is here. So once this Queen of Pentacles energy comes in, this feeling where you realize that you got to do your own thing, you're going to get those affirmations, and they're going to help you deal with this Hangman energy of being stuck. You know, Hangman energy is just like procrastination for such a long time that sometimes you just don't move, you know. But if you get those affirmations, I think it's going to light a fire under your ass, and you're going to want to move forward. Definitely there's going to come, when you come out of this period, could be that being stuck and not kind of like paying attention has led to people taking advantage of you. And once you come out of that, here goes the Two of Wands. You're ready to battle. Mars and Aries, Dominion. Those are Tibetan warheads. They're ready to battle. You're not taking any prisoners. I think you're going to deal with these people. You know, Cancers are very loving, but can also be very fiery, as all water signs. The Seven of Swords, I think that when you come out of this stuck energy of maybe not having dealt with some things you should have dealt with, you're now going to deal with it and be like on the war path. Princess of Cups is in again. Page of Cups, Princess of Cups is the same thing. Thoth deck, it's a Princess of Cups. There's no pages. Messages of love. See, there's going to be a lot of cutesy messages back and forth, I think, with you guys. Either with your person or if you've met somebody with somebody new that you're bringing in. There's definitely, but again, I feel like this could be in a relationship too. A lot of people assume that this is new relationship. It could just be that, you know, sometimes you're in a relationship with somebody for a very long time and you're just at a point where you're refreshing the relationship. The relationship suddenly feels refreshed and renewed, and you're doing things like you used to do, you know? And it keeps the relationship young. I've known people like that who've done that, you know, and they've kept their relationship for many years as a result. Okay, so down here you also have Hermit energy on top of all of these ideas, and this person, you got Hermit, the 9. So yeah, you know, you need to be on your own. You know, you need to be on your own thinking through some of this. Take a pause. Go inside yourself. Go away with your person, you know, and then when you're away, go away. Like if you go to a beach, go with your person and then spend time off on your own while you're there so you can meditate and do your own thing as well. But you can still be with your person on that honeymoon and, you know, having that support. But definitely you need some time on your own to get into yourself, especially at the end or towards the end of the month when all of these creative ideas are going to be coming in. And this person is going to be coming in and giving you food for thought. You know, they're going to give you a lot to think about. This is all giving you a lot to think about this month. And you're going to feel like definitely going off on your own and thinking about it. Even if it's just for a few days, few hours, whatever. Few days, you know, whatever, you know, but just going off on your own or going off on your own for a few hours every day, you know, whatever it is, you need your own spiritual time to deal with that after all of the kind of healing and change that's happening up here, especially in your personal and professional life. Wow. What a beautiful, keep an open mind, remember, and you're moving to a higher level. This is at the bottom. Again, 8. You are movement. There's movement to a higher level. You have, like I said, you have a lot of 8s in this, right? And 8s talk about, you know, talk all about your own limitations. You're getting to a point where you're blossoming because you're realizing what your real limitations are and what your real strengths are as well. And when I say limitations and boundaries, I mean limitations you put on yourself, and limitations you put on yourself that maybe you shouldn't, and limitations you don't put on others that maybe you should. Do you understand what I mean? Like, as well. And in terms of, like, knowing how strong you are, you know, knowing exactly, you know, how much you can handle, you know, sometimes you'll be really surprised how much you can handle. And you have to be honest about that too, right? You can't overburden yourself with things that are too much for you. You have to be honest in this way, but when you are, I think you'll realize, like most people realize, that you're a lot stronger than you think you are, and you should be putting up with a lot less than you are. All right, so this is my message to you lovely Cancers. I love you guys so much. Big shout out. If you liked this video and it resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified on all my videos, not just some of my videos. And don't forget, the new moon readings will be getting posted on June 3rd. I am considering doing a live stream for that. So I'll see if I do that. Sound off below. And for now, I love you guys. Have a great love month for June, my lovely Cancers. Bye-bye.